Let's get this started. Good evening, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Match Hut, and this is your official AEW All In 2024 preview and predictions. How is everybody doing on this Saturday night? I am getting a headache, and I can't take anything of it because if I do, I'm going to end up going to the bathroom, and I can't do that. I want to get this over with as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to be yelling. I'm just going to be telling it like it is. Hopefully everybody had a great Saturday, and it's going to be an early that we can actually go to sleep tomorrow night, and it's not going to be midnight. It's going to be the same day, which is great. Hopefully everybody is having a great weekend. I am. Please do me a favor. Go check out after this episode 353 of the podcast. It's on the channel right now. Please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, upload a video, or do a short, you will know about it. Also, please do me a favor and check me out on all my other social media, which is Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Twitter, TikTok, and Cameo. All Mel's Mat Chat. Please also go check out my OnlyFans at Snapchat, Real Mel's Mat Chat. And if you want to donate to the podcast, you can check out my PayPal account. Put whatever you want in and write a message, and I will read it on all my shows. Also, please join me on my OnlyFans on every Tuesday night or Wednesday for NXXXT. You're going to get the spicy side of Mel's Mat Chat because you'll get to see these lovely girls, and it'll be spicy, very spicy. So, and you'll be able to talk about wrestling and whatnot. So, also, please do me a favor. Go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. If you are dying of thirst and you want to murder your thirst and you want to get the artillery to murder your thirst, please do me a favor and check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Visit their website for all your artillery. You have regular water, unflavored seltzer water, iced tea, sports packs, and they just came out with chocolate fudge soda. To each his own. Just go check it out. liquiddeath.com. If you're a coffee aficionado just like I am, please go check out the world's strongest caffeinated coffee with the lowest acidic rate, Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Go check that out. They have really great merch, and if you're a goth or into goth, it's the best of both worlds. Please do me a favor. Also, go check out House of Glory. House of Glory is coming with September 5th. They're going to be in Chicago, debuting in Chicago. They have some matches. You can see Mustafa Ali versus the Bloodline, representative of the Bloodline, Zilla Fatu. And you have Dijak versus Mike Santana for the HOG World Heavyweight Championship. We have Joe Alonzo and Kyla Ray versus Megan Bain for the HOG Women's World Championship. And say his name and he will appear on September 29th in Believe in Glory. Joe Hendry is making his House of Glory debut. So if you want to get your tickets at hogwrestling.net, or if you can't make it there, you can watch it at on Thriller app, and you can download it on your Play stores. All right, let's get this started. I am beyond exhausted. I've been up since like 3 o'clock in the morning. I am totally exhausted. I'm also freezing my ass off. That's besides the point. We're going to go through Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. That's how we're going to do this. And then I'm going to give you my picks. And I'm getting out of here. This is all the go-home shows leading up to All In tomorrow. And it will be starting at noon tomorrow on Eastern Standard Time here in New York. So, set your reminders. Dynamite was coming from the Ilita Arena in Cardiff, Wales. We started off with the TBS and New Japan Strong Women's Champion, the CEO Mercedes Moné, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, contract signing for the TBS Championship match for tomorrow. Tony Schiavone was in the ring to conduct the contract signing. Mercedes came to the ring with the Brick House. Camille, I'm surprised that they didn't get a content or a cease and desist, because there is a song called Brick House from, I think, the Commodores. Maybe Tony Khan paid for the rights to that moniker. Britt and Mercedes sat across from one another at the table that was set up in the ring. Mercedes, let's just get to it. Cardiff, please say hello to your CEO. Britt, when I make you tap out on Sunday, everyone will know you're the past and I'm the future. Baker, that's cute. You could say whatever you want now, but when I think of the past, I distinctly think of All In last year when you hobbled on crutches to sit in the audience to watch me before the CEO. There was a DMD. She tells no lies. Mercedes, Britt, these people only like you because they see themselves in you. A loser. That's why this Sunday you won't beat me. You know who's my biggest fan? You. Britt. Britt. This is your dream match. I inspire you to become a role model and a wrestler. You had to get a degree to fall back on. So are you really all in? I've been putting women's wrestling on the map. That's all in. You don't have the guts to go all in like me. And this Sunday, you will not beat me. Baker, the guts. No, I had the guts. Mercedes, I had the guts, the heart, and the balls because I never had a plan B. I had two plan A's. I am Britt Baker. I am the baddest bitch on the block. I admired you. I wanted to be you. You walked so girls like me could run. So girls like me could be the first female and the foundation of this company that you are sitting right now in. You made a difference, but that person doesn't exist anymore. That person is gone. You're a smug, arrogant ass, and you care more about being the highest paid professional wrestler than your own legacy. I don't know where that girl went, but I hope to find her again and fast. Because when I win the TBS title on Sunday, that's the girl I want to say I beat. Relax. I'm going to follow the rules we agreed. I'm not going to hit you, but this bitch is getting on my nerves. Baker bashed Camille in the head with a microphone. Britt jumped off the table and knocked down Camille with a crossbody press, sending Camille into Mercedes. Britt held the championship above her head. Now, when you know that you're going to touch the championship, you're not going to win it. That's usually how it goes in wrestling. If you touch the championship, you're not going to get it. So, does Britt become the first woman in AEW history to hold the two titles? That is the TBS and the AEW Women's Championship. We shall see tomorrow. Chris Jericho versus the Dynamite Kid, Tom Billington. Billington used the arm drag to take down Jericho. Billington hit Jericho with a shoulder tackle and a body slam. Billington connected with a drop kick. Billington whipped Jericho in the steel guardrail. As the ref was distracted, Big Bill rammed Dynamite Kid into the steel ring post. Back in the ring, Jericho landed a lionsault for a near fall. Billington fired back with a German suplex. Jericho swept out Billington's legs and applied the walls. Billington managed to reach the ropes to force the ref to break the hold. Billington nailed Jericho with a snap suplex. He followed it up with a tombstone pile driver on Jericho. Tommy climbed to the top turnbuckle and wiped out Brian Keith outside the ring with a dive. Tommy sidestepped Big Bill. Tommy climbed back up and went for the diving headbutt, but Jericho countered with a code breaker and it picked up the pin. Jericho, hi guys. Hook, you stupid bastard. I hope you were watching what just happened. I'm going to do the same to you at All In. If you were here, I rip you apart branch by branch. It's Hook, said Tony Schiavone. Hook marched straight to the ring, got into Jericho's face. Big Bill ambushed Hook and chokeslammed Hook. AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm versus Saraya. I don't know anymore. She doesn't deserve a title shot. She's only on there because of the simple fact of reason is that she needs to be in Cardiff. She's not in All In. You go to a company that thinks that you think that they're going to use you, and they're not. But you went from a company that you got back from, and they didn't use you either. So who's the common denominator of the problem? You are. Saraya kicked Tony in the midsection. Tony employed some catch can wrestling for a near fall on Saraya. Saraya ragdolled Tony with a knee strike. Saraya followed it up with a cannonball off the apron, flattening the champion on the arena floor. Champion and challenger slugged it out in the ring. Tony drilled Saraya with a DDT and followed up with a fisherman suplex for a 2 count. Saraya stunned Tony with a nightcap for a near fall. Saraya caught Tony with a DDT and covered Tony, but Tony grabbed the bottom rope to stop the ref's count. DDT was nasty, said Taz. Tony planted Saraya with a sky high. Harley jumped on the ring apron to distract the referee, but Tony grabbed Harley and planted a kiss on her. Saraya tried for a blindside but Tony moved out of the way, and Saraya inadvertently collided with Harley, who was still on the apron. Tony rolled up Saraya for a near fall. Tony kissed Saraya and scored the victory after hitting the Storm Zero on Saraya. That's excellent momentum going into Wembley for the champion, said Taz. After the match, the Glamour, Mariah May, charged at Tony and KO'd Tony with the shoe to the head. And that was it. That was the end of the build to going to the women's match for All In. And as we all know, we know who's going to win, and that is it. Renee Paquette was backstage with the conglomeration. Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe said this Sunday Big Tom and Willow are going to deliver a mixed tag team ass whooping. He and Kyle and Orange Cassidy are in the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal, so they're going to represent in that match. Kyle said he wanted a match at Collision. Briscoe said he's going to be the conglomeration against the Undisputed Kingdom at Collision. This is the only thing that was worthwhile on Dynamite on Wednesday. AEW American Champion MJF and the aerial assassin Will Ospreay met face-to-face ahead of their match in All In on tomorrow. Security surrounded the ring to make sure that there's no physicality between MJF and Ospreay. Ospreay Sunday is about cleaning up the mess that MJF has made here. MJF, I know people aren't very bright, and I suppose you aren't either. Will, you cleaned up my mess. Jam-packed arenas chanted my name twice as loud as they ever have yours. Unlike you, I didn't have to be a cute little flip merchant to get the job done. Every metric imaginable, AEW is better off not with a foreign freak from UK on top, but an American hero. So I'm a bit confused of what mess are you referring to that I made. Will, oh, I know. The mess wasn't made while I was here. The mess was made when I left because when I left, so did the fans. I was promised that during my absence, you were the golden goose and you were going to hold down the fort. Did you know I came back early from injury? Do you do you folks want to know why? It's because I was begged by top brass in AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery to clean up your mess. Osprey, we were all watching. We heard about the Renegade Wrestling promotion that put wrestling first, and we turned on the channel to see you as world champion. We started giggling. The joke went on way too long. You talk about people begging you to show up. Bruv, I wasn't even employed last year. And I got on the phone. He got on the phone and called me. Between you and me, Tony Khan said, Will, please put on a good wrestling match because I can't rely on my world champion to do it. Sweetheart, I'm going to let in everybody on a little fucking notion here. The reason why fucking Tony Khan got onto the phone is because he knew that WWE was talking to Will Ospreay. And of course, he couldn't fucking handle the fact that he could possibly go to WWE. See, that's the thing with Tony Khan. He's threatened now even more so that now they can go for offer. It's going to be very interesting when contracts come up. You've given everyone entertainment, but we're meant to be the alternative. But it's not only about restoring the AEW International Championship. It's about restoring the feeling and bruv, I'm the feeling. MJF, do you hear that, guys? He's the feeling. You know, Will, of all the trash that came out of your mouth, you've got one thing right. I don't care about catering to these people. I only care about one thing, and that's Americans do best. We win. You know what's so sad, though? I actually believed Tony Khan when he told me when I was out injured, the company would be safe in your hands. Dude, who the hell are you? Everybody knows who MJF is. Everybody loves MJF's professional wrestling analysts, Hall of Famers, legends, and unanimously believe that I'm the greatest wrestler. So, who told you that you were the best in the world? The fans told you, really? That's so sad. These people know nothing about professional wrestling. They would cheer on a mindless monkey flipping around. And you know how I know that's true? Because they like your matches. You be the feeling all you want. But I'm the facts. The facts is I headlined and won the biggest show of all time. The fact is when they talk about this generation of pro wrestling, I'll be the ace and you'll be second place. Most important facts is you've got one move in the chamber, and it's the only move that you can use to defeat me, the Tiger Driver. And you're not man enough to pull the trigger. So you and your little fans can feel all they want because I'm the facts, and the facts don't care about your feelings. Will, bravo. You're in the history books. But the history books can be rewritten. But can be rewritten is how the people feel. Do you ever pay attention to this generation? Of course you don't. You haven't inspired a single kid to want to do this. Those people that call you a generational said, I changed the game forever. Go all over the world and people will say, I'm the best wrestler in the world. No, WWE has that, and that's CM Punk. And the people will say, I'm the best wrestler in the world. And that's why I can't lose, not in front of my family and this support system. I know why you don't like me. I took It took you 4 years to win them over. It took me 4 beats of my music. MJF, they loved me until you showed up and ruined it. No, no, no. You know what? Will, you're right. I can never be like you. Will, you're a role model to the fans the world over in every way. I felt short to be the face of AEW. You've manned up to be the face of AEW. However, before the show tonight, I got to spend a little time with your wife and that so called kid of yours. I got a feeling after the conversation I had with your wife tonight that the next kid she has won't be yours either. Will, Shivani, you've got Tony in your ear right now. How much is that fine if I punch MJF right now? It will be 100 pounds sterling. It's like $127,000 here. Will, it's worth it. Will clobbered MJF until security rushed in. Him. Osprey was dropping all of them and went back to stomping MJF as security grabbed Osprey. MJF ducked Will with a dynamite diamond ring. Osprey was busted wide open. After a brainbuster, MJF mockingly covered Will and counted to 3. MJF set up Osprey for the Tiger Driver, but security rushed in and shoved MJF away. Renee Paquette was backstage as Hangman Adam Page was leaving the building, a result of an altercation earlier in the day. Hangman Adam Page. I did what I had to do, and Sunday at All In, I'm in the casino gauntlet. And if you stand between me and our world champion, I will run you over. Evil Uno walked by. Page, hey, Uno, my old friend, come here. Have you heard about the casino gauntlet? Do you know anyone in the match? Evil Uno. As a matter of fact, I spoke to Christopher Daniels, and Evil Uno is in the casino gauntlet. I'm so excited. Hangman cracked Evil Uno with a steel chair. Hangman Page. Like I said, I don't care who you are. If you get in my way, I will run you over. There's nothing more that I want in the world, in this life, to make his dreams go up in smoke. AEW Continental Championship match. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada versus Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio ducked a Rainmaker attempt and studded Okada with a European uppercut. Okada hit the ropes and charged at Claudio with a big back elbow. Claudio planted Okada with a vertical suplex. Claudio tried for a giant swing, but Okada kicked his way out of Claudio's grasp. Okada and Claudio traded forearms. Okada spiked Claudio with a DDT. Okada followed up with a neckbreaker for a near fall. Both men tumbled over the top rope to the floor after Claudio clocked Okada with a lariat. Claudio hoisted up Okada with a gut-wrench suplex and then smashed Okada with a double foot stomp. Okada drop kicked Claudio off the turnbuckles, sending Claudio to the arena floor. Okada and Claudio jockeyed for position on the turnbuckles. Okada sent Claudio stumbling back in the ring with a headbutt. Okada connected with a John Woo-style dropkick. Okada followed up with an elbow drop from the top rope. Claudio grabbed Okada out of nowhere and took Okada for a ride with a giant swing. Claudio connected with an uppercut. Claudio was looking for a neutralizer, but Okada countered with a neck breaker. The fans chanted AEW, AEW, AEW. There was 1 minute remaining in the match. Okada and Claudio exchanged strikes in the center of the ring. Claudio cracked Okada with a pop-up uppercut. Stomped on Claudio stomped on Okada's chest for a near fall, and then the time expired. The official decision of the match was the time limit draw. The Elite EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson and Jack Perry, walked onto the ramp. Matthew asked the fans if they wanted 5 more minutes. The fans cheered yes. Matt said, unfortunately, that's not going to happen tonight because the contract was for 20 minutes and not 25 minutes. They're big assholes, honestly. Trios match: Darby Allin and FTR versus the Elite, the Young Bucks, and Jack Perry. Both teams began to bowl right out of the gate. The bell rang, and Jack Perry and Dax Hardwood squared off. Darby tagged in, and Jack Perry tagged out. Darby jumped out of the ring with a tope suicida on Jack Perry. Darby nailed the Bucks with a coffin drop from the top. Nicholas fired back with kicks to Darby while Darby was on Matthew's shoulders. The Elite triple teamed Darby with Perry buckle bombing Darby into a pair of super kicks from the Bucks. Dax sent Jack flying with a German suplex and a brainbuster for a near fall. Cash came in and cleared house on the Elite. The Bucks went for an EVP trigger, but Cash avoided it. FTR swept out the legs of the Bucks and locked in the sharpshooter. Meanwhile, Darby's applied the pressure on Jack Perry with a Scorpion Deathlock. Jack Perry planted Darby with a Scorpion Death Drop. Darby dodged a running knee strike, and FTR wiped out Perry with a Shatter Machine. FTR hit the Power and Glory combo and on Matthew, and Darby finished off Matthew with a coffin drop to win the match via pinfall. The Elite tried to leave through the crowd, but the Acclaim walked onto the ramp with Daddy Ass. The Acclaim had harsh words for the Bucks and FTR. The Kings get crowned and the belts come home, said Knox. Bowens, FTR. You can't beat the Acclaim this Sunday. We are going to fight until we are the next AEW World Tag Team Champions. Why? Because everyone loves the Acclaim. Renee Paquette attempted to interview a bloody Will Ospreay backstage when Bryan Danielson interrupted. Danielson, I saw what happened out there. Will do it. Meaning he's given him the okay to use the Tiger Driver. 98. The final showdown, AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson met before their match this Sunday, and the showdown was moderated by former Ring of Honor World Champion Nigel McGuinness. Nigel, Swerve, how does it feel to be going into this match as an overwhelming favorite? Swerve, as you already said, Nigel, I am the most dangerous man in AEW. And that's not because, well, actually, it's because of the pain I endure and inflict, and because of the people I've beaten to get here. Let's make a list, shall we? Hangman Page, twice now. Jay White, Takesha, Samoa Joe, Claudio Castagnoli, Christian Cage, that put and the man that put Brian Danielson's neck in jeopardy the way it is, Will Ospreay. I'm going to dissect you from head to toe at All In, Danielson. Nigel, that's an impressive list, but there's one person who was not on that list. And with that in mind, Swerve. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not done yet. I still can't help but feel disrespected by you. Brian, I hear all your interviews that say you're ready for retirement. That's a slap in the face because you're trying to take that from me. You're not taking that moment from me, Brian. I'm the one that is going to take it from you. I'm going to do something to you to make sure you're not capable of getting back in the ring after All In. And by some of that, and by some act of God, your body is revived after All In. Maybe you could get that itch and wakes back up and thinks you could do it again. Maybe you want to go to an independent show or go to Mexico. I'm going to find you and beat you down. Or maybe it gets to the point where the feeling it's a little bit, maybe it gets to the point where you have to sit down with your wife and say, I think I could do it again. Guess where I'm going to be? Danielson sprinted to the ring and exploded into the scene, smashing Swerve in the face with a bazooka. I say bazooka. Sorry. I'm fucking gonna fuck that up. Danielson, maybe you're confused. Maybe a lot of people are confused because I don't come out here for a 20 minutes every week and talk about myself. I know the truth. I know who I am. I know a lot of people say it, but this is the truth. You know it, and I know it. I'm the best wrestler in the world, and I have been in for the last 20 years. So you think you could say you're going to beat me in front of my daughter this Sunday at Wembley Stadium in front of the fans who have paid to see me for the last 25 years, for peers who have traveled the road with and in front of my family, my wife, my son, my daughter. You said you're going to cripple me. You're going to have to damn near kill me because I am going to leave my soul in this ring. So that is that. We're going to go on to Rampage. Rampage is coming from the same place that Dynamite was. Oh, my back. Ooh, I'm getting a little old. Rampage. We had Brian Cage, Beast Montrose, and Johnny TV versus Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe, and Tomoe Ishii. The Undisputed Kingdom, Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett joined the commentating booth for the match with Roddy on commentary. Ishii and Kyle used tandem offense on Johnny TV and Brian Cage. Ishii went for a suplex, but Johnny escaped and tagged out to Beast Montrose. The Beast Montrose and Ishii rammed one another with a running shoulder tackle. Neither man budged. They collided again and both fell to the mat. Cage and Briscoe grabbed tags. Briscoe dished out his redneck kung fu to Cage. Kyle came in and walloped Cage with kicks. Kyle tried for an ankle lock, but Cage countered, picking up Kyle and planting him hard on the mat. Johnny TV connected with a forearm shot on Kyle and then tagged in the Beast Montrose. Johnny TV and Beast double-teamed Kyle O'Reilly. Beast blasted Kyle with a hammer and elbows. Cage hoisted up Kyle for a suplex, and Johnny TV tagged in and jumped off the top turnbuckle with a big crossbody press to Kyle. Ishii and Beast Montrose tagged in with respective teams and exchanged chops. Ishii nailed Montrose with a vertical suplex. Ishii pulled Cage and cracked him with a vertical suplex. Johnny TV jumped off the top turnbuckle, but Ishii countered with a release German suplex. Mark Briscoe tagged in and cleaned house on Johnny TV, Cage, and Beast Montrose. Briscoe attempted the J Driller on Johnny TV, oh my god, but Cage pulled Mark Briscoe away, saving his partner. Cage flattened Briscoe with a pump handle pick up slam. Kyle immediately drilled Cage in the face with a running knee. The Beast of Montrose was there, though, and dropped Kyle with a Samoan drop. Mark Briscoe set up a chair in the ring and catapult off of it, flipping over the top rope with a tope con hero on Johnny TV. Mark climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Tyre distracted him long enough for Johnny TV to meet Mark up top. Ishii grabbed the blind tag while Mark blasted Cage with a shotgun dropkick. Ishii and Kyle used a double team leg sweep lariat on Johnny TV. Kyle locked Johnny TV in an armbar, and Johnny TV had no choice but to tap out. I'm proud of Kyle, but if he was there with me and one of these fellows, it would have taken that long to beat the other guys, said Roddy. So we go into the next match. Roderick Strong versus Fuego del Sol. I swear to God, my, how the mighty have fallen. Kyle O'Reilly joined the broadcast booth for the match. Roddy stomped Fuego in the corner. Roddy blistered Fuego chops. Roddy leveled Fuego with the lariat and then a brutal backbreaker. Fuego mounted a comeback, taking Roddy off his feet with a series of kicks. Fuego went up top, but Roddy met him up on the top turnbuckle. Roddy picked up Fuego del Sol and dropped him onto the turnbuckle. Roddy nailed Fuego with the end of Heartache and picked up the decisive pin. Kyle and Roddy had a stare down at the top of the ramp, and neither man backed down. Mina Shirakawa. Shirakawa. I think I'm going to bust her name up. Sorry. Versus Robin Renegade. Mina rocked Robin with a Russian leg sweep. Mina stomped on the back of Robin's legs. Mina stunned Robin with a kick to the back of the head. Robin rallied back with a running double knee strike. Mina Shirakawa rocked Renegade with a figure four. Robin managed to reach the ropes to force the ref to break the hold. They traded strikes from their knees. They got to their feet and slugged it out. Mina dropped Robin with a various of kicks. Mina positioned Robin to the mat, went back up top, and hit a gigantic splash on Robin for a near fall. Robin smashed Mina with a double stomp to the back of the head, but Mina kicked out the count of two. Mina was wrenched on Robin's legs with a dragon screw leg whip. Robin wrenched the back and blasted Mina with a running lariat. Robin went for a German suplex, but Mina blocked it, applied the bridging figure four leg lock, and won via submission. Lexi Nair was backstage with Hikaru Shida. Shida, what did you say? I come up short against Mercedes. Did you watch the match? Lexi, I had Mercedes beat. I was one katana away from being TBS champion before her watchdog got off her leash. No one's talking about that. I walked into Wembley last year as world champion, and I will be champion again. I will not be an afterthought. I'm the ace of this division, and maybe I need to start showing everyone what that really means. Iron Savages versus the Gates of Agony. Bulk backed Bishop into the corner and clobbered him with right hands. Bishop Khan fired back with a rapid fire chops. Bronson booted Bishop in the face, but Bishop clubbed Bronson with a lariat. Boulder and Toa tagged in for their respective teams. They clubbed one another and neither man flinched. Boulder blasted Toa with a clothesline. Toa busted Boulder with a Samoan drop. Bishop Khan and Toa Leona double teamed Bulk Bronson in the corner with a running knee strike. They planted Bulk Bronson and Toa pinned Bulk. A formidable duo, no doubt about it, and there will be a title opportunities for them in the future. Yeah, that's if the Bucks or FTR decide to have the decency to put it on the line. I should have had a hot cocoa. Ay, ay, ay. Instead of the coffee. Lexi Nair was backstage with Leo Rush and Top Flight. What's next for you guys? Ex Lexi. Leo, I tell you what's next. You can expect the unexpected when it comes to the group right here. We've got the hottest tag team in AEW in Top Flight. We got the hottest rising star in AEW today, Action Andretti. Oh my God. Really? And of course, you've got me, one of the best wrestlers in the world, Leo Rush. Dante, see, now we're going to run the tag division. All of a sudden, tag team division is hot now. No. We could do any combination at any time. We could do me and Leo. We could do me and Darius. We could do Darius in Action. We could do me in Action. Darius, don't forget about the Trios division. Dante, the Trios division. See, now that's a whole different thing. We could do me, Leo in Action. We could do Action, Darius and me. Action, we could do a whole bunch of different combinations. But Darius and Dante, they're brothers of the group. But the four of us have got a brotherhood like nobody else. Leo, so basically what he is saying, any combination is a winning combination. And you've got to believe we are going to take this division to the highest flight possible. Who cares? Honestly. Oh, and by the way, you think I don't like AEW. All right. I bought this was $75. Main event for Rampage. Ring of Honor 6-man championship. The Von Erichs with the natural Dustin Rhodes versus the Outrunners. Truth Magnum, Turbo Floyd with Erica Lee. Ross dropkicked Truth and Turbo tagged it right in. Turbo kicked Marshall in the abdomen, flexed. Marshall body slammed Turbo. Ross and Marshall connected with a double drop kicks to Turbo Floyd. Turbo snagged Ross with a headbutt. Marshall tagged in and cleaned house on the Outrunners with a round of discus punches. Marshall connected with a cannonball smash on Turbo. Marshall followed up with a moonsault. Marshall went for an iron claw on Turbo, but Truth Magnum grabbed him from behind. Ross put the Truth in iron claw. Marshall locked Turbo in the iron claw, powered him down to the mat, and scored the pin. After the match, the Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett walked to the ring, taunted the Von Erichs. The Gates of Agony blindsided the Von Erichs from the opposite side of the ring. The Gates of Agony, Brian Cage, and the Undisputed Kingdom swarmed Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs. Sammy Guevara and the Conglomeration sprinted down to even up the odds, and it was a pure six brawl. Collision was coming from the same place as Rampage and Dynamite. So we're going to go right to that now. My neck is bothering me. Hold on one second, family. We started off with trios match. Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Undisputed Kingdom, Roderick Strong, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven. Tomohiro Ishii joined the broadcast booth for this match, keeping his eyes on the Undisputed Kingdom. Bennett and Briscoe traded chops. Briscoe applied a side headlock, and then Kyle booted Bennett after a tag. Roderick entered the match, and he and Kyle exchanged strikes. Kyle tossed Roddy with a big back body drop. Kyle wiped out Bennett and Taven with a dragon screw leg whips. Orange tagged in and wiped out Bennett and Taven with a double Hurricane Rana. Orange spiked Roderick with a DDT. Bennett blocked a beach break, and Taven jumped off the turnbuckle, spiking Orange. Spiked Orange with a pile driver. Briscoe grabbed a tag and cleaned house on the Undisputed Kingdom with a redneck kung fu. Roddy planted Briscoe on the edge of his steel chair as the ref was distracted. Kyle applied an ankle lock on Mike Bennett. Kyle hit Bennett with a dragon screw, and then Briscoe connected with a froggy bow. Orange dropped an elbow on Bennett, but the pin attempt was broken up by the Undisputed Kingdom. Bennett retaliated with a Death Valley driver on Kyle. Roderick rocket Kyle with a backbreaker for a 2 count. Kyle caught Roddy with an armbar and transitioned to an ankle lock. The submission was broken up by the other wrestlers, fell on top of Kyle as they were brawling. Kyle managed to put the guillotine on. Taven won the match as Taven was unconscious. And that was it. CMLL Women's World Champion Willow Nightingale versus Harley Cameron. Willow body slammed Harley. Willow splashed Harley in the corner, then followed up with a series of lariats. Harley followed back with knee lifts and a Russian leg sweep. Harley cracked Willow with an elbow strike. Willow planted Harley with a babe with the bomb, and picked up the pinfall victory. Very simple, very. She was going to win either way. Katsuri Shibata versus Jay Lethal. Shibata pump kicked Lethal in the arm. Lethal rallied back with a cartwheel into a drop kick on Shibata. Lethal dropped elbows on Shibata's leg, hammering it, tenderizing it for a figure four that he had in his arsenal. Lethal locked on the figure four in the center of the ring. Shibata escaped, but Lethal was ready with a lethal combination. Lethal went for the King's elbow, but Shibata countered, catching Lethal with an arm bar. Lethal scooted to the ropes, breaking the hold thanks to the boots touching the ropes. Shibata took Lethal down with an STO. Shibata applied the Iron Claw and transitioned into an armbar, and Lethal had no choice but to tap out. Shibata extended his hand to Lethal after the match as a sign of respect, and Lethal accepted. In a mixed tag, Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Nina Samuels, formerly from NXT UK, and Kid Lycos, too. Statlander drilled Samuels and Kid Lycos, too, with a double lariat. Stokely planted Kid Lycos with a spine buster. Statlander hoisted up Stokely and threw him on top of Kid Lycos, too. Good enough for Stokely to pick up the pin. Stokely, what you just saw is a preview of what you're going to see tomorrow at All In. Tomorrow we have a tag team match against Willow and Ishii. Whoever wins the match, they get to pick the stipulation at All Out in Chicago. For Willow against Statlander, 101. And when we destroy Willow and Ishii, their careers are going to be like the food here. Absolutely rubbish, mate. Hook versus Big Bill. Chris Jericho was on commentating. Hook was hurled across the ring with a fallaway slam by Big Bill. Big Bill gouged at Hook's injured eye. Big Bill splashed Hook in the corner. He just snapped him like a branch, laughed Jericho. Big Bill charged at Hook with a massive boot to the face. Big Bill ragdolled Hook in a bear hug. Big Bill dropped several elbows onto Hook's chest and went for a cover, but Hook kicked out at the count of 2. Hook ducked and charged Big Bill. Hook pummeled Big Bill with a relentless of right hands strikes. Brian Keith jumped into the ring, but Hook suplexed him. Big Bill went for a chokeslam, but Hook escaped. Hook jumped on Big Bill's back with a red rum. Big Bill tapped out. This is going to be a tricky one on tomorrow. Yes, my Jets won. Sorry. Jeff Jarrett versus Arya Daivari. Daivari took down Jarrett with a double shoulder tackle and then taunted Jeff with a strut. Jarrett slugged Ari. Jarrett rammed Daivari's head into the stingray steps. Back in the ring, Daivari caught Jarrett with a sleeper. Jarrett fought out of it, backing Daivari into the turnbuckles. Jarrett followed up with a belly-to-back suplex. Jarrett wiped out Daivari with a Russian leg sweep. Jarrett blocked a thrust kick. Jarrett rocked Daivari by drilling him with the stroke and picked up the victory tonight. Wild card trios match. Top Flight versus the Bastard Pack, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli. There's going to be no more Death Triangle. Two out of the three competitors are possibly going to AEW. The Lucha Brothers are possibly going to WWE. Sorry. And it's going to be very interesting. I think Pac should come back to WWE. That's just my opinion. But Sorry for my opinion. The winners advance to the Fatal 4-Way ladder match against AEW World Trios Champions, the Patriarch, the Bang Bang Gang, and the House of Black this Sunday at All In London. Yuta put Darius in a bow and arrow submission. Darius escaped and blasted Wheeler with a dropkick. Dante grabbed a tag and Pac entered the fray. Dante dropkicked Pac. Claudio tagged in and Lio Rush insisted on Dante tagging him in. Claudio smashed Leo with a European uppercut. Darius drilled Claudio with a DDT. Dante connected with a big crossbody press on Pac for a near fall. Leo Rush rocketed out of the ring with a tope to Pac. Holy smoke, said Tony Schiavone. Rush and Pac exchanged forearms. Sounds like something that they picked up off of in WWE. Exchanged forearms in the center of the ring. Pac served up a flurry of offense, but Leo returned with a blue thunderbomb. Pac nailed Leo with a suplex. Pac climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Dante stopped him with a kick. Darius followed up with a stunner. Leo frog splashed Pac, but the BCC broke up the pin attempt on Pac. Claudio put Leo in the giant swing, and Wheeler dropkicked the spinning Rush. Pac blasted Rush with a black arrow and pinned Leo. The Bastard Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler will join the London ladder match tomorrow. AEW World Trios Champion Christian Cage and Mother Wayne walked to the ramp. Christian Cage, congratulations to the three of you for qualifying for the London ladder match. I'm the godfather of the ladder matches. Sweetheart. I gotta let you in. You're really not the godfather. Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall are. So you may be the godson, but you're not the godfather. So simmer down. So I came out here to give you a little friendly advice. You have to have eyes in the back of your head, and it can come out of anywhere, anytime. The Patriarch ambushed Claudio, Pac, and Yuta welding chairs. The Bang Bang Gang stormed down to the ring. They grabbed some plunder of their own, pulling tables out underneath the ring. The arena of the lights went dark. You know who this is, said Nigel. The world knows, replied Tony. The House of Black appeared on the ramp as the lights turned back on. The House of Black and the Bang Bang Gang jumped into the ring, but the Patriarch retreated. The Bang Bang Gang and the House of Black began to brawl in the ring as the Patriarch watched from the ramp. So, Dynamite will be coming from the State Farm Center in Champaign, Illinois. And that is that. Now we're going to get you the picks, and I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to go relax. And I don't know if I'm going to get tossed off of here, but I'm going to smoke a bowl. I'm going to take some ibuprofen. I'm going to fucking bed. Pre-show match: Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. Statlander and Hathaway will win and will be the one to do the stipulation for All Out. AEW American Champion MJF versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay is going to beat MJF. Casino Gauntlet for the future AEW World Championship match. I'm going to say it's going to be a surprise, and that surprise, I'm going to say Adam Page. Coffin match for the AEW TNT Championship title. Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin is going to be the new champion. Last chance match for the FTW Championship. Chris Jericho versus Hook. Hook is going to win. AEW TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker. Mercedes Moné is going to win. Fatal 4-way ladder match for the AEW World Trios Championship. The Patriarch, Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne versus the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn versus the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Claudio Castagnoli just won the CML's version of the G1 Climax. And Wheeler Yuta. I'm hoping it's going to be the House of Black. 3-way tag team match. The AEW World Tag Team Champions, the the Bucks, versus the Acclaim versus FTR. I'm hoping it's the Acclaim. AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. And if Bryan Danielson loses, he has to retire, and I'm going to say Swerve Strickland. And that is it. That is it. And I hope everybody's going to enjoy All Out tomorrow. It'll be starting at noon. Please do me a favor and join me right afterwards for the review. And then I'll be live on OnlyFans for NXXXT. I will also be back here on Thursday at 2 p.m. for the episode 354. Friday night, I'm going to go, or Friday afternoon, whenever I can, I'm going to go live with preview and predictions for Bash in Berlin. And then right after Bash in Berlin, I'm going to go live with the review. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications. So when I go live, upload a video, or do a short, you will know about it. Please check out the rest of the content. Episode 353. Please also go check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, X, Cameo, or Mel's Match Chat. You can check me out on my OnlyFans and Snapchat, Real Mel's Match Chat. Please do me a favor and check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com, and check out hogwrestling.net for a House of Glory. Have a great night. I'm going to bed. Good night. I'll see you all tomorrow for the review. Good night.